Barks and meows fill the room as the dogs and cats cry for help. Scared, feeling for their lives, wondering if they're going to die in the small kennel they're trapped in, or if someone is going to come save them from that tiny kennel. Put yourself in that situation. Imagine being born and spending your time with a wonderful family you thought loved you, but when you begin to grow, you get thrown in a kennel where a bunch of dogs are barking and other cats meowing, scared, not knowing where you are, watching people walk by you in hopes that they will take you home to love you, but no one does. Almost all dogs and cats have nothing to give but love, and people take advantage of that by treating them like a toy or an object. Animals are not just something that you can get rid of because you simply don't want them anymore or you can't afford it. They are living creatures. They have hearts and they have feelings. Would you do the same thing with a child when you decide they simply aren't good enough anymore? When I was little, I always used to try to take in animals that looked like they were strays. I always wanted to help those poor, helpless animals. I always loved going to the animal shelter to play with cats and the dogs and give them love and attention, even if I couldn't take them home. I've also been working at an animal hospital for 3 years now. So today, I'm going to talk to you about why you should get your animals spayed or neutered and why you should make sure your animals get vaccinated. Most animals should be spayed or neutered and vaccinated to prevent overpopulation and illnesses. Take into consideration when you are thinking about getting a pet, if you really can afford it. Can you afford their vaccinations and can you afford to get them spayed or neutered? Many people don't take the time and claim that they don't have the money to get their pets spayed or neutered. Because of this, dogs and cats are becoming overpopulated and without homes. Animal shelters are becoming overfilled. Many animal shelters even kill their animals after being there for so long. Put yourself in their shoes. Imagine being a healthy, loving animal that just wants love and attention and basically being punished for it because there's not enough room for you or because no one wants you because our species is overpopulated. No one does this to humans. The human race is overpopulated and we do not start killing them because there's not enough room. According to the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, approximately 7.6 million companion animals enter animal shelters nationwide each year. Of those, 3.9 million are dogs and 3.4 million are cats. Each year, approximately 2.7 million animals are euthanized, 1.2 million being dogs and 1.4 million being cats. That number does not even include the amount of homeless animals and abused animals. That is an insane number of animals, and that could be avoided by getting your pet spayed or neutered to avoid them going to a bad home or being left on the streets just because someone needs to get rid of them right away. Look at these poor innocent animals' faces. Think about all the things they have to go through just because of someone's poor decision and deciding that they just don't want to deal with the responsibility or just don't have the money. Look at the small kennels that they have to stay in because of poor decisions. I asked 9 people if they had a cat or a dog. 8 of them said yes. I asked those same people if their pet was up to date on shots. Out of that 8 that had pets, only 6 of them have their pet up to date on shots. Are you aware that it's actually illegal to not have a rabies vaccine for your dog or your cat? According to Justine Lee, a doctor of veterinary medicine, dogs must receive the DHPP vaccine, which will also protect against distemper, an often fatal viral disease that causes respiratory, gastroenterological, and neurological problems. Hepatitis A virus that can wreak havoc on your pet's liver, parainfluenza, which is a contagious illness that leads to respiratory infection, and parvovirus, which causes severe gastroenterological problems, fever, and sometimes even death. Cats should also be getting their distemper. Although I understand that many people don't want to pay a bunch of money for their animals to get many unnecessary shots, according to the American Humane, the vaccines that are truly needed for your dog and cat are the rabies vaccine and the distemper. If they go outside, deworming would also not be a bad idea. It is also good to put Frontline on your pet to prevent fleas. It is also good to make sure that your dog is taking HeartGuard to prevent heartworm. This is what a dog's heart looks like with heartworm. There are many more things that you should be doing to keep your pet healthy, other than just making sure they get vaccinated. To also help keep your pet healthy, according to veterinarian Justine Lee, Treat your dog to a daily stroll or jog around the block for at least 10 minutes, although 15 is better. Cat owners, let your kitty go crazy chasing a laser pointer for 5 solid minutes each day. I always make sure to play with my pets because not only is it relaxing and calming for me, it is also healthy for them. Animals can just be as emotional as a human, and they also have feelings. Also remember to keep in mind when you are looking for an animal to always consider an animal shelter. And make sure you're ready to truly handle that responsibility to take care of an animal and give them the vaccinations they need to keep them healthy. Working at the animal hospital, I have seen many people bringing their pets in and having to euthanize them because they got sick because they did not have the proper vaccinations. So in conclusion, you now know why it would be best to get your pet spayed or neutered and up to date on vaccinations, although you do not need them all. Most animals should be spayed or neutered and vaccinated to prevent overpopulation and illness. And remember to keep in consideration when you get a pet what it really will take, and remember that they are living creatures too.